Today I would like to show you how to change the list of information data in a column to a tabular form. So our data in the column basically are information in the rows stacked on each other. So we have to put them in the proper column, not in one column. So in our example, we have 5 columns to extract our information to. So how can we do it? We just need to create a sequence of the numbers in the array form. So here we want 1, 2, 3, and here will be 6, 7, and so on. So we can do it faster in dynamic array Excel, but the first example will be with a classic Excel, legacy Excel. So we have to count number of rows and columns in our array range. We will be putting our information, our data. So we want to count rows in this array, and let's count from the first cell of this range, but we have to create a dynamic range. So we want from J2 to J2, but the first J2 we lock it with a 4 key. So when we will be copying this information, this formula down, the first J2 reference will stay the same, but the second J2 will go down. So the range, so the number of rows will expand. And okay, so just like that, we have our first rows, counting rows. But we don't exactly want counting rows, because then we will have in each column the same number. We want, first of all, multiply the number of rows by the number of column we need. So in our example, it is 5 multiply by number of rows, but we need start from 0. So we have to subtract 1 from our numbers of rows, and now we will have a better understanding of better numbers, because we have the starting positions different and actually the next of the group from our data group of columns. So now we are almost there, because we just need to add number of columns in this range. So we have to add function columns, and we can just copy this array, this range to columns, and thanks to that, when I will drag it here, we will have sequence now, because we are adding to number of rows multiplied by 5, we are adding number of columns in this range. So we have created a sequence in classic legacy Excel, and now we just need add index function from this array from this column, and then number of rows is from the sequence, and it looks okay in the last parenthesis, and we should just copy this formula to the side and down. And in Excel, classic Excel, we don't really know where our data will end, so we should add also IFERROR function, so to don't show any errors. So just let's make it empty text strings, 2 double quotes, and just like that we have empty space if our data expand. Okay, so this is a solution in classic legacy Excel, and let's create now a solution with dynamic array. We just need here sequence function, so the numbers will be much easier. That's our sequence it will be much easier to create. We have to count rows in our table, and we need to divide this number of rows by the number of columns we have, and then we need to add this number of columns. Thanks to that, we will get the sequence that starts from 1 to 5 and so on, and then we will stop at the number of rows in this column. So now, because we have a sequence, we need to just add index function from this column, comma, our number of rows with sequence function, close the function, and voila, we have our solution in dynamic array Excel.